Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Dexterous, Jack. You can call me whatever you want. Welcome back. I hope everybody is having a lovely, lovely Tuesday. I've got my coffee and I'm back on the stream. Apologies for not streaming on Thursday. I was coming down with a bit of a sore throat and I felt like if I was going to be talking, I tried to avoid talking at work as well. So I was also like, you know what, I'll take Thursday off because I'll rest my voice. And I'm glad I did because I'm better now. Hello, Ufel. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good, buddy. Before we kick off as well, also had Erin Caitlin _ follow me a week ago. Erin, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. We are only 2 more followers away from 100, which is honestly absurd. I cannot kind of fathom that, really. I mean, I've been streaming for what, like over a year? Over a year now, I think, and pretty infrequently. I mean, 2 times a week. I'm obviously doing this as a bit of a side thing, but having almost 100 followers is amazing. So thank you so much to everybody who watches on YouTube, who comes and watches on Twitch. I really do appreciate it. Hey, morning, Finn. Good to see you, buddy. How you doing, man? I hope things are going well for you. Right, let me tap back into the game. We'll kick off. How's all of your streams been going, Finn, and also Ufel? I hope all of your midterms are going okay. Have you got any more left, or are you finishing up soon? Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good, Finn. Thank you for asking. Last stream last week was really good fun. Had my brother on, who's a huge fan of Disco Elysium, so we were having a really good time chatting and messing around. And he will definitely be coming back on at some point in the future. You wrote one last week sick. Oh yeah, you've done. Holy shit. And you were sick. That must have been tough work. But congratulations, man. That must have been very rewarding, though. A nice feeling to be done. Streams have been going great. You've hit 1,500 followers. Man, Finn, holy shit, bro. You're picking up. That's amazing. Congratulations. Damn, 1,500 people. Man, I mean, I'm sat here with almost 100, and I mean, 100 people to me is a lot. I mean, 1,500 is also a crazy amount. I couldn't fathom that. 1,500 people. Holy shit. You do deserve it, absolutely though. So your hard work is paying off. Okay, so we've got a few. We can go back to the car and get Alice's number. We've also still a bit lost on Ruby. We can ask Everett while we're here though, right? That's what I think we were planning on doing, because before I ended the stream with my brother Carl, we were gonna come and talk to Everett to finish the stream, but then I ended up managing to make it into that compartment with like a 20% roll chance or something, and it was Carl's one of his favorite events, like in the game. So he was really glad that I got to do that, I think. But I wanted to finish up by chatting with our good friend Everett, who is just having a proxy war with the Pineco or whatever company. I've forgotten her name now. The woman on the boat. Let's see what's going on though. Everett is the goat, bro. Let's see what he's got to say, because a lot has changed since we last spoke with him.
The ship has sailed. Did you see it? I know you did. Tell me, what did it look like as it grew smaller and smaller when that mainsail dropped behind the horizon?
He knows that she's left already.
There's a mean little light in his eyes.
Yeah.
Did it look like a germ? Did it look like a piece of bacteria?
His tone is totally different now.
Yeah, he's not happy.
The jolly man of the people is gone, and so is the smile.
Is he pissed off because we were talking with her? I can't remember what information we gave her, actually. Joyce, that was her name. For some reason I thought it was Judy, but it's Joyce. I knew it began with a J. Finn and Ufel, I know Ufel, you've obviously been busy with your midterms, but have you guys been playing any new games recently? Have you picked anything up? Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Monster Hunter Wilds are completely dominating my spare time. I've already got like 50 hours in Monster Hunter Wilds. Oh, I love Monster Hunter so much. You've got lots of homework, unfortunately. Shit, man. It's getting busy. But you haven't played video games since early January. Oh, man. Well, hopefully, when you've got some time to yourself and you've caught up with everything you need to do, you can have some time to relax. But I also hope that you're finding other ways to relax in the meantime. Hopefully it's not just work, work, work. It's only going to get busier. Holy shit, man. I don't envy you. I mean, my work at the moment is equally busy, but I'm hoping, you know, I can find time to relax and stuff. But you relax by doing homework. Fair enough. To each their own, you know? I always used to, well, when I was at university, I always used to find like writing essays and things quite soothing, albeit I didn't really want to have to do it. But when I actually got into the swing of doing writing and things, I actually did quite enjoy it. You're working on a school project. Oh, okay, awesome. Well, you'll have to keep me in the loop with that project.
I get a sinking feeling.
He's not happy with us, is he? No, it looked like a boat sailing away from the coast. No need to be overly dramatic.
You wanted us to relay all this information to her.
Yeah.
That this is a takeover? That I want a war? God, I hope you also told her about the drug trade. They absolutely hate getting their hands dirty with that.
We did tell her about the drug trade, I think,
You
right?
can kill 1,000,000 people, but if you do something the police doesn't like, well, then you're out of the yacht club. Goodbye, you inhuman fuck.
You used me. Well, we know he was using us. That's wild how you got me to do all that stuff. Now I know why you've been so forthcoming.
No, no, Harry. What we have is real. We're working men. This here is real.
I don't think it is, bro. So this was your plan all along, for me to relay this information to her?
Harry, I can't see into the future. We are all playing by ear on this planet.
But I think she knew
I
that,
had no
though,
idea
didn't she?
she'd react so strongly.
I think Joyce kind of understands what's been going on, though. An unhappy Everett is an unhappy world. Holy shit. Oh, the project might make it public if it all goes well. Well, shit. Okay. Though, yeah, obviously, if it's the secret stuff, I'm happy to sign any NDAs if you want to chat to me about it. But did you want me to relay info to her?
I did. I knew the negotiations would go better with police officers telling her horror stories from inside the harbour. It's scarier this way. Turns out it was a magnificent strategy. I never thought it'd so fundamentally fuck her up.
She did get a little nervous, actually. How do you know she left? Well, I mean, we saw the boat go.
Harry, I bunked her cabin. I bunked her whole boat. I
Holy
had
shit.
cameras surveying her boat. Hell, I even wanted to bug that thermal cap, but my boys advised against it.
He bugged everything.
They must have done it while Joyce was busy questioning the locals.
So you've been listening to our conversations all the time?
Not me personally. I had guys recording and processing this information for me.
Dude, Everett's fucking psychotic, isn't he? No, it's not a secret, just something you've been working hard on. Well, I hope all your hard work pays off, man. And it seems like you're really enjoying it, though, and that's the main thing. It's good to, like, put yourself into it and, you know, give all your time to something that you're really passionate about. The idea is to create a program that can rearrange music in a specific style when you sing a melody. Holy shit. That sounds fucking awesome. I wonder how that... Well, I mean, the intricacies of how that would work would be lost on me, but that sounds really cool. The Hardy Boys. They were the ones doing it.
Hell no.
Oh,
They'd
no.
fuck it up. They can't do anything right.
Actually, that's
I
kind
mean
of true.
my real boys.
My special task force.
task force boys.
Where are these boys?
Yeah, we haven't seen them, but maybe that's what they want us to think.
They sure as hell aren't hanging out in the
Yeah.
open with beers in their hands for the cops to question. They're pros, Mr. Kitsuragi.
That's wild how you got me to do all that stuff.
Harry, you made a conscious decision to relay that information to her. You could have kept it for yourself.
True. You used my intellectual curiosity against me. She told me a beautiful story about the discovery of the Insulinde.
Of course she did. Rich people have the best stories about all the interesting things they've done and seen, all the beautiful places they've been to. It's just sentimentalism.
Maybe.
She can afford to be sentimental, and she can afford to lose as well.
Something digital signal processing, finite state machines, etc. Well, digital signal processing, understood. Finite state machines, not understood. Etc. understood. The word etc, not actually what comes in the part of the etc. I find it super interesting, like listening to people who are very passionate about a topic or you know, an area of expertise, right? Talk about that, even if I'm not very well versed in it. hearing people talk about things they're passionate about is just so much fun. I just love listening. You use my intellectual curiosity against me.
Against you? Oh, Harry, I'd like to think I used it for you.
Did you? You're a bit of a yapper, aren't we all, you felt? When you get people talking about what they're passionate about, everyone's a yapper. I don't care what anyone says. You can be the quietest person in the room or in the world. If I ask you a question about something you're passionate about, you're going to absolutely yap away about it. I'm the same, right? I'm normally I like to think that I'm someone who, in a conversation, I'm confident. I'm not socially awkward. I can hold conversations with new people, old friends, older people, younger people, whatever. I'm confident about that. And I like giving people sort of time in the conversation, you know, to talk about themselves or whatever we're discussing. But if someone came to me and they asked me, you know, they were like, oh, what's the Trail series about? I'd be like, well, sit your ass down. How long have you got? And I could yap about something that I'm passionate about for the longest time, you know. And I think that's the same for a lot of people. It's because showing genuine interest in people and what they like is attractive in any kind of way, you know. Not necessarily attractive in terms of like a sexual attraction, but just like it's nice to have people show an interest in the things you're interested in. Because if someone asked me that kind of question and they weren't interested, and I knew they had no interest or no knowledge about what I was going to talk about, yet they asked me anyway, it shows that they want to talk to me. And I think that's like such a nice feeling. Also, just like that was a huge yap. So I'm just yapping away as well. But she said she's insane, like me.
She's not insane. What did she tell you?
She told me she's overradiated from Pale Transit. No, well, he heard it anyway.
No, she's not. She's a sentimental alcoholic. They all are. Never take a drop and you'll be 8 laps ahead of those upper-class winos. Just like old Mr. Clare here. Try it. You'll be a real super detective.
Well, I mean, I haven't actually drunk any alcohol since I've started this playthrough. I have taken drugs, though. I actually walked the path of sobriety for a while now.
I can see that, Harry.
Yeah.
Alcohol has left its marks, but you're doing better than when I first saw you.
Let's go, Harry.
Rich man is shitting himself. The working class sober.
So what's going to happen now?
What was always going to happen? We take the harbour and she fucks off to Ozon, uncorks a bottle of wine, calls her partners, and says they need to distance themselves from this nasty business before the big shit spinner splashes everyone.
Fair enough.
Only difference is the Union doesn't have to lose 2,000 men to machine gun fire.
You could have just told me. I would have been on board. Damn, overall, I was hoping I'd somehow get to fuck you over in the end. I swore fealty to her. She was my beautiful lady. I think that's how... Lady? I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. I have a bad taste in my mouth. You better make sure this ends up saving lives. Look, I just want to do police work.
Yes, of course, Harry. That's why you went to her and relayed every little thing I told you. You knew something. Something big. And you wanted to see what happens when you tell someone.
Of course I did.
So you told her.
I did.
Anyone who's ever been close to power will tell you. Inside information is the sweetest thing in the world.
I also just liked the dialogue options with her, Everett, if I'm being honest. Talking to Joyce was actually quite a lot of fun.
It's better than money. It's better than pussy. Money only makes you special for some salesmen. Pussy only makes you special for yourself. Information makes you special for all mankind. It's the ticket to history. Right on, Harry. What you did was participate in history.
I'm participating in history,
calls,
eh?
You have to pick up. You had no choice. None of us ever do. A hard disco cop like you, I knew you weren't one to resist temptation.
Never. I'm never going to resist temptation, to be honest. He does have a way with words, that's absolutely right.
You know what, detective? I am going to leave this out of my report, and I suggest you leave it out of yours too.
Just look at the three of us. The three careless boyaderos. Good times, good times.
So what the fuck now? Spread your arms.
Now we let bygones be bygones because there's work to do. For me and for you. I suppose there was a reason you came here, so let's have it. What can I help my best friend and comrade with today?
Okay, we've got a few things. Alright, look, my gun.
My. She's quite the looker, Harry. You can't imagine how pleased I am the two of you are reunited. Tell me, was it difficult to convince... The pigs to give it up?
You could say that. She tried to kill me.
I told you she was a piece of work, Harry. But I knew you could handle it. I know my special policeman. Anyway, I'm glad you're all right and armed again.
Remember the container I asked you about? Turns out there's a mega rich light bending guy inside.
Mega rich light bending guy? Oh my god. How did that get in there?
He must have been in the container when someone accidentally closed the door. He's so rich he could get in anywhere.
Damn it to hell, Harry. I specifically told my guys to check all the containers for mega rich light bending guys.
Kim, tell him he was there.
There was a guy in the container, but he didn't bend any light. That was in the detective's head.
Honestly, guys, we might be moving a spot of drugs through this harbour, but I won't be caught transporting the light-bending mega rich. I have a reputation to protect.
Yes, for God's sake, you're a socialist. Mega rich are people too. He was a nice man. Gave me some stock tips. The transportation of mega rich should be more tightly regulated. You should be honoured by the presence of this magus. He was a half Revacholian blood and amassed his wealth using the mysterious bond of nationhood.
Harry, it's beginning to dawn on me that you're a real fascist. A mega fascist who imagines mega rich light-bending fascists.
That's me.
I love it. Thank you for sharing this facet of yourself with me.
Harry is becoming a real fascist now.
I shudder to think what you're going to tell me next, Harry.
Well...
Not for 1 second did he believe there's an actual mega-rich person somewhere in his container town.
Wait, so he didn't believe us? I thought he was just being sarcastic, like he was hiding him. He didn't believe it. Alright, sure. I met a girl named Estelle. He said she's working with you.
Fanny. That doesn't ring any bells, Harry.
Funny. She was trying to set up a narcotics operation in the old church on the coast.
Oh, that Estelle. Yes, I do seem to remember sending a pretty young thing down there to liven up the place. Get some melodic music in there.
Yeah, well, we did that. Did you also tell her to start the amphetamine lab?
Amphetamine lab? That sounds very immoral and debauched.
Maybe.
Frankly, a health risk.
True, but did you do it?
But what do I know about kids these days? The music they listen to, the drugs they do while they listen to that music.
Oh, I'm just thinking, you know, I've got like 3 weeks of work. I've got my April is going to be so nice. So I've got like the first week of April off, then the second week I'm at work, then the third week I've got off, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I needed some holiday. Not actually going anywhere. I'm just going to be relaxing and playing some video games, but it's very much needed. I'm going to be seeing friends and doing things like that as well. But later on in the year, I shall be taking some time off to go to Japan. That is my plan for the year. Need a holiday abroad, so I will be looking to book that in once because I don't know what it's like for you, Ufel, but over here in the UK, the way, well, at least in my company, the like financial year starts at the beginning of April. Like 1st of April, new financial year begins, and that's when all of our like annual leave resets. So I've got 29 days of annual leave, and I've already booked off 8 for April. So I have 21 days left, and I'm probably going to use like 16 of those, maybe, when I go to Japan. So I'll take like 3 weeks. I just don't know when I'm going to go. That's the thing. Maybe like May, June time. I'll need to start like planning and organizing it. You'll be headed to San Fran at the end of the month. Damn, big San Francisco. I do want to go to America, man. I would like to go to America. I don't know, just hearing about everything that's going on at the moment is just kind of off-putting to like visit. Do you know what I mean? I think the whole world is just kind of messed up right now. But I need a holiday, no matter where. So I would like to go to America at some point. When that is, I do not know. But I'm only 27, so I've got a long time left to go. Canadians, yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard a lot about the Canadians boycotting the USA. Maybe I should just go to Canada then. Maybe I'll go to Canada instead, Ufel, actually. That sounds much nicer. But yes, I have heard about that, like boycotting like American like alcohol and like Jack Daniels and all that stuff, like pulling them off the shelves, not buying American grown fruit, all that kind of stuff. I actually have family in Canada. So I should go visit. I've got cousins, I believe, in Canada, and my uncle, my dad's brother, lives in Canada. I would love to go. I've heard very nice things, actually. You've got great weather, boycotting travel, unlike you. I was going to say, You're a Canadian in America. How's that feeling at the moment? Do you not feel the desire? I feel like this is a very sort of Disco Elysium take, isn't it? Like Canada boycotting American products right now. Trump is single-handedly reviving the Liberal Party. Yeah. He's reviving a lot of things around the world. He's basically single-handedly united Europe, which is insane, like crazy. Like, he's making the UK look good again, which just speed runs our return to the EU, which I'm all for, and I think pretty much the majority of this country will be accepting.
It sounds to me like you are trying to start an amphetamine lab in the district. And you're using some delinquents you found, God knows where, to set it up and run it for you.
Oh, a manky. Hang on, let me catch this. Pokey catch, gotta catch 'em all. Alright, what did Kim say? I was just looking over at my work computer. I was just seeing something quickly before I log off for the day shortly. It sounds to me like you're trying to start an amphetamine lab in the district, the lieutenant says with an uncharacteristic note of contempt in his voice. And you're using some delinquents you found God knows where to set it up and run for you.
Found God knows where? That Acel is the daughter of Miko the Kebab, a man who once killed a guy with a kebab.
Miko the Kebab.
I think a daughter of a man who killed a man with a kebab can handle running a little nightclub, don't you?
Miko the Kebab? Really?
Maybe it was Bogovic. Or Jakub. I think it might have been Conrad.
Okay. Anyway, I shut down the amphetamine production, but let them go on with the nightclub plan.
A nightclub? Harry, I'm an old-fashioned guy. After work, I like to listen to some rock and roll music and have a non-alcoholic lager. Nightclubs don't interest me.
Non-alcoholic lager, eh? Miko the Kebab seems like a... Honestly. And it's actually kind of crazy because just hearing the word kebab has made me want a kebab.
But here I am, talking about myself, when you have much more important things going on. Tell me, Harry, how can I help you?
How do you even kill someone with a kebab? Do you just, like, shove it in their face and make them choke on it or something? Wow, none of us caught the manky. What the fuck? A few more questions about the
I'm
hardware.
always happy to educate and entertain you, my
Okay, so
very
we've
nice,
done all that.
Harry. Is there anything else?
Okay, so we've done everything we need with Everett. For now. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the vehicle and contact regarding the armor. And then I feel like I've just done so much stuff that my main focus again is finding Ruby, right, at this point. Poking with the tip of the skewer, maybe. But it depends on what kind of kebab, right? Because if it's like a shish kebab or like a kebab with stuff on the stick, then yeah, you'll have a stick. But what if it's just a kebab in like a wrap? You know? Then how are you gonna kill them with that? There's no skewer there. It depends on what kind of kebab. So maybe I should ask Acel what if there's any truth into that story, and what her dad killed someone with. Was it a kebab on a skewer, or was it a kebab in like a wrap? Whatever.
Wiretapping, telescopic batons, futuristic circuit.
Okay, nothing more to say with you. Game, can I go down? Okay, why did you not let me go down the stairs? Hello? There we go. Jesus. I don't remember if I actually tried to get in here before.
A lorry stuck.
Oh no, we did. It's just a window. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was like a door. Hello. What's going on here? Oh. Double speed, baby. Anything extra from you, lady?
The woman looks at nothing. Girl child, you hear her say.
No. We've already gone through all the dialogues with her. Alright, well, we're gonna go back to our vehicle and ring up Don't mind me, guys. I'm just carrying my like multi-tool that I got from Soon. Just ignore it. Also, I should probably heal up my morale just a little bit. I was kind of holding out hope because if I get a point in like conceptualization or whatever, it heals up automatically. But I'm just waiting on that.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
Pull the radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I
Alice,
assist
that was
you?
it. Alice, this is Firewalker. Reconnect me to the 41st.
Right. Please hold.
10-4, come in. Firewalker, over.
Oh, wait. Hang on. I need to... It was Alice I need to speak to. Okay, well, we'll do this anyway. Hey, Jules. I'm happy to report I found my badge.
10-4, sir, glad to hear that. I'll write down that there is no need to issue a new one to you then. Over.
You thought there was an actual radio. That's realistic right there.
Feels good to get that off your chest, right? Celebration with beer?
I've successfully located my 9mm Villiers pistol. It's on me now and I won't lose it again.
10-4, sir, roger that.
For
And
EXP,
very glad
baby.
to hear it. I will make relevant changes to the report.
Probably got to head out for school now. Hey, no problem, you fell. See you next stream. I'll see you then, buddy. Lovely talking with you as always. I hope you have a good rest of your week. Okay, so there's that one.
Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Yes.
Here
I
we go.
got the mercenary's name and a few biographical details.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Let's track down this. 1 second. Oh no. I've just had a meeting put in for work at 9 AM tomorrow morning. We'd love that. Gonna have to get up super early. Right. Yes, we're ready.
The lieutenant leans in to listen, notebook in hand.
Shoot.
That suit of armor was issued to an Oranese citizen named Ellis Kortenaer. That's E-L-L-I-S K-O-R-T-E-N-A-E-R. Exact date of birth unknown. He was signed into the Lelystad County Neonatal Care Unit on 28th of February 09.
Neonatal care unit?
He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm.
Oh
He
shit.
spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived apparently, and was assigned to a foster family at 2. This is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the Eastbrand Military Academy in Vredefort at 17, then served in the Oranese forces till he was honorably discharged in 41,
Okay.
just a year before the Seminese conflict. Then the armor followed him to Seminine,
Yeah.
or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no records of his employment in Crenel, or any of its other incarnations, or him even entering Revachol.
Wait, he was found in a leaf compactor.
It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had, the only detail in these files. So I thought it would be good for you to know.
It is. Thank you, Alice.
Any information? Why did Kim sound so happy there? Any information on his foster parents?
None, officer. Sorry.
So all we have to connect him to Krenel is the armor.
Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their inventory. Thank you, Alice. Great work.
No problem, Lieutenant.
A compliment from Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Not bad.
Well, we have his name and service record now.
A name. This is very good. Elise Kortenaer.
Sometimes police work is about human dignity, about giving back names to anonymous victims.
Alice Kortenaer.
I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. Did you have any other questions?
I don't think we do. No.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see...
Okay. Ellis Cottonier. But I haven't got any more quests for that, have I? The armor. Okay, well let's go back. To the church. To the mural we go. We've got to check Shivers, I think, for this, right? Is it Shivers? Up we go.
A metal payphone under a yellow...
Anything?
You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Put 10 cents in and dial a random number.
Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up.
Pierre, is that you, Pierre?
Damn. I might be? Yeah, it's me, Pierre.
So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died.
What kind of pets did you have?
Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it's different. There. Chrysanthemum.
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
Okay, well, we'll just leave it then. That's a bit ominous. Alright. Boom. Okay, we still need to try and get into this building. And I'm honestly kind of unsure how. Hey guys, what's going on?
Hello. Isn't this a fine morning? Sure.
Building. Okay,
What's on your mind? But of course.
Okay, so they're not going to give us any more. What the Feld?
The once bright mural
Oh, here we go.
Towers
Holy
above
shit!
you, saying, Feld Electrical R&D. Tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Right, holy shit. Found the empty trap, heard Leonard's true story, reconstructed execution, confronted the pigs, established the nightclub, discovered the anomaly, death notification.
Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it.
Where does it go?
In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk, its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
What's happening?
She's down there.
So, I think she's down there, below this building.
Okay. Why?
Ever since I woke up, maybe even before, I've been getting these strange cold spells.
Good, good. Yes. Cold spells. So basically your hangover is telling you she's down there?
Yeah, I can literally talk to my hangover. That's how bad it's gotten.
Right. How do we get in though? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
Yeah, true.
Finally, my time to shine.
There's a ladder next to the side. Perhaps we can climb it?
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
It does look completely broken.
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break if the ladder fails.
Well, there's a pipe down there. Is there any kind of, like, window? I can't turn the camera around, so I don't think there's anything down there, but we'll try the pipe.
An old pipe peeks out from beneath the rotten boards of the boardwalk. Could
That
this
would be-
an alternative path into the Feld building?
That would be so hard to get
A
in.
building like this must have multiple doors serving various functions, perhaps a basement access.
Come closer and look.
Your eyes slowly begin to adjust to the darkness inside the drainage pipe. The lieutenant looks over your shoulder.
Could we get into the Feld building through this pipe?
Given that this isn't a martial arts thriller, it's highly unlikely.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And not without risk to our health either.
I think it would be way too risky.
However, the pipe suggests there may be an entrance to the basement around.
Lieutenant pushes aside the reeds and looks around.
And it's right here. A maintenance door.
Oh yeah, big boy time. This needs you to put your back into it.
Oh, okay. 42%.
The metal doors are heavy.
Don't even need
and
to
the
put skill points
flaking
in.
Rust hurts your palms. But together with the lieutenant, you manage to slide them open just enough to squeeze in.
Good.
Good work. Shall we?
Alright, in we go. A new area. You should take out your flashlight. That sounds like a good idea. Overturned table, orange mildew. Ooh. Old files. Thick dusty panes of glass. Intersolar blah blah blah. Antiquated, sorry, office furniture. Collapse nearly sealed the basement. Oh. Interesting. Well, let's explore everything down here first. The beam of a flashlight, a crevice in the wall. This is where she's been staying, I guess. Oh, no one's slept in here in months. What is that? Oh, it's a hat. Revolutionary hat. Revolutionary propaganda.
A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. The plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait. Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly. Someone crouches, heels digging into wet sand. Hands sweep across the sand, grains sticking to the frayed skin of the fingertips. An old man sits on a slab of concrete and taps his fingers against the glass of a scope. You shudder.
This Krasmazov, the idol of murdering traitors.
Some radical or radicals were hiding out here. They left a long time ago.
How long?
Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted.
What's with all these secret weapon caches and bunkers?
We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers.
Good hiding place for someone who's up to no good.
Maybe I should move in here.
I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case.
Could it have been connected to the Mazov bus we found in the students' room?
Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. Besides, that looked like some student. The youths always go for this kind of stuff.
Could someone have stopped through?
You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
Okay.
Could this have been the killer's hideout? And this narrow window, the point of origin of the shot that killed the mercenary?
Oh. Peek out.
Outside the window, another day. The beach sand soaks up the drizzling rain, growing darker and darker.
Could the killer have used this as a hideout?
It's a great place to hide, and Masovianism and murder are certainly not mutually exclusive. But there hasn't been anyone here in ages.
Kim, I can't see the whirling in rags. Shot didn't come from here.
Indeed. No one could get a clear view. Well, at least we've been thorough. I like thorough.
The lieutenant's voice betrays a slight disappointment, which he glosses over by reasserting control.
In fact, I think we're done with this bunker. After you, officer.
Yeah, okay. So now... Check island, it just says. Check island, okay. We've got that to look forward to now. Oh, footprints. Bootprints. Something in the air unnaturally, but what the fuck? Tunnels collapsed. Are these footprints, which way are they leading? This way, okay. I wasn't sure if they were going back. It's getting louder.
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp.
What is going on here?
You can almost smell.
Lieutenant, do you feel something?
No. What do you mean?
There's pain, a strange tingling.
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
I saw them too. Footprints with the right sole worn smooth.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully. Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
You will upset the balance of power in Martinique.
Oh shit.
The deadlock between the company and the Union will destabilize.
I wonder if this is like, not a checkpoint, but like the game kind of telling me that if I do this, like shit's gonna happen.
Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
We know Everart's true intentions and his plans for Martinaise. What more is there to do with the Union?
I don't know. Little things. But you're right. We've gotten everything we can from the Union. We even opened that container.
You've been very, very thorough there. Your
Yeah.
fingers approve.
We solved the strike deadlock by telling Joyce about the Union
I
plans.
still don't think that was a good idea. But yes, our affairs with the Wild Pines are in order, since she isn't in Martinez anymore.
How bad do you think things could get?
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
I hope not.
If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
What do you think's waiting for
I
us?
think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been
Yeah.
sneaking.
Yeah, true.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
Okay, right. I think that's the game's way of telling me there's no turning back. So, before we go there, I'm just going to go explore the upper level quickly. Because I'm not sure. There's a few... Postcard! Glass is covered with grime. Stones fall. This is kind of triffy. Destroyed by artillery fire. Can we go this way? No. Okay. Doesn't look like there's much going on the roof then. Alright, down we go. Let's go confront Ruby, or who we think to be Ruby. But first, we take all the money we can. What's this? Concrete pipe buried in sand and dust.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before.
That was trippy.
Through the static, you hear a woman's voice. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
Wait, that's crazy.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
Is she wearing the legs from the body?
As she says
armor,
the word, officer, you feel a spike in the agony. It sounds like the entire radio frequency range is screaming directly into your neural pathways.
Cover your ears.
No, buddy. That's not going to help.
What?
You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience.
Okay.
Way worse than all the previous
Well, I just
ones.
completely cooked.
Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job.
Okay.
Tell her she's under arrest.
Volition? Do we listen to Volition? Yeah. You're under arrest!
Really now? Check this out.
You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static.
Never mind.
It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain.
Well, I need to heal, otherwise I'm absolutely cooked. What's happening?
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing is the ULAN frequency, blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
Oh. I saw your equations. It's the ULAN frequency.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at.
Oh.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them.
What?
Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator.
She's talking
station.
too slowly and too
It's
calmly for this
used
situation.
Specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She likes telling you about the machine. Keep her talking.
Okay.
Look for an opportunity to break loose.
How'd you get your hands on it?
I built it myself.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Way beyond.
Have you experienced the compressor yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
Just all of this radio frequencies. This is all great, but let's talk about the man who was killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not cops, and of herself merely as prey.
Please, could you turn it down so I can just ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
Turn this.
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
She's carrying a 2-barreled front loader.
Okay, so she has a gun.
Remain careful. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now.
Jesus, that was...
Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much.
Yeah.
There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you keep her distracted for long enough, maybe. Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions.
Oh,
Bide your
shit.
time.
83% chance, but I've got a +1 because I have the tool equipped. How do you know we were coming?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
By hiding bullets under the floorboards?
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
She didn't rat you out, by the way, Isabel the washerwoman.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
Preparing for the worst?
I was. Before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit.
Did you shoot Lely?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
You're right, Clashy was the first to share her suspicions.
Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Your first guess wasn't entirely off.
Titus and his boys, man. They told us you were on the coast.
Even now, Kim is a paragon of professionalism. He is trying to make a clean cut of telling her she was betrayed.
Well, fuck. Those guys liked me, I know it. If this is what happens to people whom people like...
A dull despair.
Okay,
is
we've caught her off a bit, maybe?
voice.
How the fuck did the rest of you get by?
Wait, wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal, I opened them.
I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same.
That did make her forgive them. A little.
I do it by asking questions, and I have some for you.
Like what? I already told you I didn't do it.
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
Would you say that Lely was a likable person?
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
Did you feel protective of the Union?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
She didn't hate him, okay?
You don't feel sympathy for mercs?
Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do. I'm listening.
Do you have an alibi for when Lely was shot?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon me.
There were 10 minutes they couldn't account for.
You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't even have been enough time.
Hold on. No one takes a 15-minute leak.
Look, fuck you, man. I might also have stopped by the bar.
She speaketh truth.
Okay. Our investigation has shown that 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
Play pinball much?
No. Not since I was 14 and hanging out in the only diner in Dardun. Haven't been into low-risk, no-reward games since moving to the city. Why?
There are some mysterious pinball machines in some pretty mysterious rooms in the Whirling.
Yeah, and probably some ghosts from the time of the suzerain. I'm not really interested in supernatural mysteries.
Wait, what kind of mysteries interest you then?
Not murder mysteries either, if that's what you're thinking.
She looks you in the eye impassively, making it clear that she's not planning to comment on the matter any further.
What about elevators?
The fuck do elevators have to do with anything?
Do you or don't you?
Not particularly.
Not even quaint old rickety ones?
I'm not really into old shit for old shit's sake.
God damn it!
Look, there's a secret way from the ground floor to the Whirling.
Don't know it. But also, the shot couldn't have come from the roof. Or we would have all heard it downstairs.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
That didn't go super well.
Okay.
You've got to lay something better on her.
You have a gun?
And?
Where'd you get it?
The gun store.
What gun store?
Trigger Happy Jacks.
That doesn't sound like the name of a real store.
What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal.
I see it's front loader. Do you have another gun somewhere?
Sure don't.
A breech loader?
No.
I can't quite tell what kind of gun it is.
A Noctway 80 front loader. 2-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing.
There's other evidence.
Yeah, evidence.
Do you like to hang out on rooftops?
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna.
And the only reason you hung out on the roof?
The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, yeah. Along with Claudia.
What's so great about her antenna?
It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival.
So you're sure you didn't shoot the moot from the roof?
Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have come from afar.
You're running. Drugs from the... this is kind of annoying because I feel like if I'd done the quest where I'd found the other shot, maybe it would have been easier in this instance. You're running. Drugs for the Union. I've been through your lorry.
So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician.
That really comes as a blow to her.
No, he didn't. I found my own way in.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't betray her.
You're a criminal. I can't trust anything you say.
That's your prerogative.
You had a financial incentive to kill the merc.
Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the Union.
She deliberately avoided naming the mob she worked for.
Okay.
You might be able to find this out later.
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
There. It's going
Alright,
to be
she turned
easy
it down.
to reach the machine now.
But you're threatening us with it.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
Alright, let's take a step back.
Yeah? Where?
More questions before doing anything.
92. Who killed the merc if it wasn't you?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
Police radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claus's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
What happened Sunday night?
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity. She's refusing to adopt the demeanor of a cornered animal, a leader with no one to lead.
It's okay. We just want to...
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Klasia comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
Did she seem high?
Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before.
Basha said you knew something was wrong immediately.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
Pretty weird that you came up with this plan on the spot.
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
Her idea?
Yeah. In cold blood.
Holy shit,
It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. the party girl was gone.
Oh, that's interesting.
She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys.
She lied to you.
Yeah.
About that, too.
Showerhead? Resourceful.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
Do you think she killed Lily herself?
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried this lynching might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going...
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt.
Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
If you didn't kill him, why hide?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent.
What do you mean, La Puta Madre?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. Fucking hell. And why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Who's everyone?
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
Tell me, what's my name? If you know that about me, you must know my name.
Harry Dubois. One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and a funny tie. Agent to La Puta Madre.
So she knows your name.
Okay.
That doesn't mean you're on the tape. Criminals make up bogeyman stories about cops all the time. All of this just means that you're effective. Criminals know you and are scared of you.
La Puta Madre. I've heard of him. He's dangerous, right?
Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both.
No, that was a real question.
Yeah, sure.
She doesn't believe you.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough.
What did you do to this Madre
You've
anyway?
been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition? And now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fucking Titus.
She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat. Wait, one thing. Possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural? She might know something.
When I came into town, was anyone with me?
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway?
My death squad? What? I don't know. What happened? Who was in the squad?
Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had 2 guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff.
Oh, are they on
Lady
about
wasn't
the,
bad either.
is she on about the police people that were with us? My partner and the woman. Ureki, hydrate reminder. Stay hydrated, guys. What else can you tell me?
One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding something or other about him. And the woman was the only one in uniform. All were carrying. That sound about right?
I mean, kind of, but I don't know. One second, guys. Just moving things around.
No idea who these people are. Literally.
Really? I think they're the people in the whirling, right? No?
Satellite Officer Vic Mayer looks out of the window grimly, then puts his coffee down and turns to Patrol Officer Minnow. We could either take a room here in the whirling or
Yeah.
go home for today.
That's who they are.
Let's go home, Jean. Nothing's going to happen today, she responds quietly. Jean takes his blonde wig off.
Oh, he has a wig?
Call Heidelstein. He can give us a ride.
I think I know them. They're in Martinez.
Friction, lock, set.
On
and leave me here. Please, delete.
Fantastic. I've got to get on the road. Then you can go find your friends. Unless you have anything pressing to ask me.
Do you know anything about the bunker next door?
What bunker?
The communist hideout?
Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. But I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to...
Oh, fuck, man. I'm gonna die. I'm on 1 HP.
Keep calm. Breathe in. After the pain recedes, it's a little clearer.
Alright. Well, we're gonna break it. Good. I mean, she has a gun, right? Couldn't she just shoot us right now?
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
Oh, fuck. See them fireworks, Kim?
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
Oh, God. Well, we have to convince.
You should know the words to say. You've been here yourself.
Oh,
so
no.
why is it not coming to you? Because you've misread the situation from the beginning. And now her finger squeezes the trigger.
Come on, one idea. I need an idea.
A smirk crosses her face as she watches you stand there,
bruh.
mute. Then she exhales sharply,
I'm
shakes
fucked
her
up.
head, and pulls the trigger. You watch as her brains trickle out through her neon hair.
Oh, God.
Fuck.
She killed herself. I failed to talk to her down.
Lieutenant Yefreitor Dubois, control your emotions. We did our job. This won't be the worst thing that happens on this case, believe me. You can't let this break you.
Was there any information I didn't get out of her?
There is no coming back from this one. It will stay with you in nightmares.
Yeah. Okay. What do we do now?
We clean up. It may take days for processing to pick up her body. That tent there.
Damn. Holy shit. Okay. Cooking utensils. Some money. Okay. Well, guys, that seems like quite a good place to end, I think. We've gone over the hour mark, and I'm going to get some dinner ready. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. As always, that was an intense episode. We found Ruby. I almost died. Speaking of, I should probably heal myself. We got a lot of information out of her, but I couldn't stop her from ending her own life, which is... I wondered if there was anything more we could have gotten out of her, but... We will be back on Thursday with more Disco Elysium. If you're on YouTube, I stream every Tuesdays and Thursdays. Come and tune in. I'm only a couple of followers away from 100, so I would really, really appreciate it if anyone could come and drop by and give a follow. Until next time, though, guys, have a lovely, lovely rest of your day, and I will see you all on Thursday. Lots of love, everybody. Bye-bye. Mwah.